Alright, we are back live, ladies and gentlemen. Apologies for that, even though I think there was only one viewer in the stream then, unfortunately. We are back to racing, and you can see then, Toxic is on the move. Down the inside he goes on SX Rocco. Bit of contact between him and Rocco, just not giving up. He fights back then and forces Toxic out wide then. But can he get through? There's a bit of contact between them, wheel to wheel. Sweeping round the outside. Toxic takes fourth position. Out there on the road. There are penalties for Lando and for Campbell. And how much is that going to cost them in the grand scheme of things? You can see them all ducking, trying to break the slipstream, trying to make the slipstream for everyone down. Second place and below as Chill again chasing down on XL 10 Can. But the manoeuvre does not quite come through then as Rocco looks at the inside line on Toxic. But Toxic will hold on to that then. He does keep that fourth position. As Campbell's going off, Campbell has made a mistake down there at turn one and spinning off. A disaster for QVR Campbell, and what a miserable night he has had. He now runs in a 10th place. Sweet Crown and Nolan are battling away then down there at turn three. Nolan trying to sweep around the outside to get the inside line in the four. He'll get the move done and through. Goes Nolan up in 11th place here. You see Miami and Larkin for the back. There's Josh. No, sorry, Break has spun around and he recovers the car, but another error then. Down there at turn 5, we've seen several drivers going off there, spearing off the track. And so, Break just having to settle it behind there now. QVR Chill trying to, for all of his worth, to get that move done finally on Tin Can. I don't think he's won a race in Formula 2. He's come close a few times. He runs around the outside. Tin Can though, very late on the brakes. Can he get it stopped? He forces Chill out wide. And now Dylan trying to benefit. Get underneath. Can't find a way through. Rocco is battling away when Lando further down the field there. Looks down the inside. No. Lando just hesitates, hangs back, as now huge battling here as Dylan runs round the outside of QVR Chill, who managed to give him that second place then after going for the lead. He still fights it down the inside through the penultimate corner. They make contact and Toxic ready outside. Chill goes around, saves it just before the wall, but he runs so far down the field though. It's now Dylan gets back up alongside Toxic and through, has DRS as well as Rocco as well. They try to get up to Toxic. Looks to the inside line. No, that's ruthlessly cut off by Toxic, who dives it back down the inside of Dylan, force him wide, and now Rocco trying to follow through the round the outside of his teammate. Side by side, the return three, and Lando's right there as well. You can throw a blanket over them as Lando into the back of Rocco, who has to cede that third position to his teammate finally after a brutal battle. As down the field, Noon's going off, and what a disastrous night this has been for Carlin. Both drivers now up at the back of the field. I think they may well go pointless from that race. I think the Noon did get some points in that feature race. Lando right on the back of Rocco, who seems to be struggling a bit more out there. Has he picked up maybe some slight damage that isn't showing up from that battle, because he is struggling. And look, Verstappen's there with them. Josh as well is right there with them then. And yes, so you can see that, actually no, my apologies, that's the two high-tech cars maybe going into battle there. Verstappen getting off the racing line, maybe looking to try and get away through there. It's Lando trying to get up and alongside Rocco. Does he dive it to the inside line? Yes, he does. Does XL Lando, can he run it through then? As he spears off to the outside. Through goes Chill, through goes Verstappen, and Lando, a critical error, down into P7 now, out on the racetrack. And so the two high-techs go through. Verstappen is right there with his teammate as we near the halfway point in the race, and still Tin Can leads. He's driven so tremendously well from the front. Can he get through for just 5 laps more? He still has a pack chasing him down. Toxic is not out of this just yet. Can he get his first victory of the season to get himself surely into a solid championship lead? And now Lando and Verstappen may well go to war on the track as Lando looks at the inside line. Will hesitate, will think better of it. Verstappen maintains thick position out there on the track. They all run round and round. You can see Nunes retired from the session. That looks to be on track going into the pit lane as Brake picks up a time penalty down there in the field. But yeah, Zoneman now right down the field. Noon has decided enough is enough for this race. Miami as well dropping down. He's had a horrible night as well in that HWA car. And now he drops down in its 13th place. Doesn't look like it doesn't look like his team with Larkin is going to pick up any points from this race. Looking up the front though, Tin Can is holding Toxic just about out of his range, and Toxic is struggling to chase him down. Does Toxic maybe have some very slight wing damage that's holding him back, as you would suspect? The Toxic would maybe be able to chase down a little bit quicker. Look at this battle though. It is furious down there in the field. And Dylan is holding them all back still in that battle. Over 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th. All running right together. Lando out of shape. Gets the rear end all spun up. And he has to lose a bit of time. They relinquish that, but they are also bunched up. He can get back to them almost immediately. Verstappen must be hungry. Another penalty for Lando. He's had a rotten time of it in both sprint races. After 2 feature race victories, he's been horribly held back. Fast lap for Toxic. Is he getting to get into his rhythm and chase down Tin Can? As Rocco and Dylan may well go to swapping in again. It's 2 Trident's 2 high-techs. There's the one swap in positions of teammates. And another one going to take place as Shell defends to the inside line. Is all over the road. The braking zone is tapped by Verstappen, who has to slow it behind, and now Lando getting up alongside him, make contact. Lando going for the inside line. Verstappen moved across on him, and now they're going side by side again. Verstappen runs it round the outside of turn 3. Will hold on to it then, but he nearly put Lando in the wall there. Remarkable. Now XL Lando looking to fight back to the inside. Will hold back from the manoeuvre. Going into the 5th corner on the 8th lap there, but it was a mistake from Verstappen, and now Lando to the outside. He did this manoeuvre on Campbell on the 1st lap of the night. This one's coming off for Verstappen. He runs wide again, and Lando alongside to the outside line. Can he run it round then? Verstappen's going to pinch him out onto the curb. They make contact again. It's a furious battle, but Verstappen will hold on to the place, and then Lando has to relinquish, and a penalty over Verstappen. That's going to remarkably hold him back then, as Josh and Campbell are now with it then. Lando to the inside line as he finally finds a way through his Toxic, going for the race lead, but he gets a penalty. That is vital, and Tin Can will hold on to it then. Lando and Verstappen. Still, by the way, Verstappen with a great exit, a great switchback to the inside of XL Lando, who runs back around the outside. Can he make that move stick then? Here's the inside in a turn 14, and there's nothing in it, but Verstappen will just hang on to it. What a fight between those two, as now Toxic surely will get this move done on the track. And XL Tin Can is not giving up. He's led for 8 laps. He does not want to relinquish this, but Toxic now with DRS up to, no, he hesitates, goes to the inside line, now runs side by side with XL Tin Can in a turn 1, breaks much later, and through goes Toxic into the lead. Lando as well gets past Verstappen at last. The move is done for the damn car, but 6 seconds of penalties is going to send him well down the field surely. Josh is now right there. Campbell pulls to the inside line, trying to fight back to the field then. Side by side with Josh. Can he run round the outside of turn 4 there? Josh is going to cover him off on the exit. Can Campbell get a better run out of the corner though? Going to the inside line, heading into turn 5, then onto the brakes, and QVR Campbell gets the move done up into 8th position. Now, can he hold on to it and try and get a gap there, because Josh is penalty free as it stands. They are now already bridging that gap. It's Dylan that's struggling to stick with Rocco, who's trying to secure a podium place then. And yet again, another great sprint race performance from Rocco. He's had a great evening in general, it must be said then. Looking at 2 top 6 finishes, as now QVR Chill tucked in the slipstream then. Drag is reduced from both the slipstream with DRS, and he's using that to good effect then. Round the outside goes Chill. He pinches Dylan to the inside line, and they are still racing then out there on the track then, opening up the throttle now towards turn 12. Turn 13, sorry, was braver. It's Dylan runs it right around the outside. Will hold on to 4th, and now Lando's right there with him. Gets alongside Chill, and Chill edging him to the inside line. They make again wheel-to-wheel contact, but Lando gets through remarkably, and he runs 5th, trying to fight back to the field there. 2 laps to go, and Toxic's lead is not big enough for him to take that race fin. In fact, Rocco may well still be winning his range, so Toxic's going to have to work for this even more out there, as now Chill trying to fight back to Lando. Lando looking to the inside of Dylan, but does not have a good enough run going into turn 2. Hangs back there, but he is tucked into that slipstream Can he maybe pull a surprise at a turn 4? No, he'll hold back then. Again, the high tech, so right together on the road. And still, Chill holding that place, and he's having a good evening as Chill, actually. And he's looking like a solid top 5 is on the cards yet again for QBR Chill, but his teammate's going to look to try and put him off then. He runs right there with him, and Campbell is in that fight as well. All these guys at the moment are benefiting from Lando's 6 seconds of penalties, having had a few too many off-track excursions in this race. Just over a lap to go, and Toxic is stretching his legs now. He is going to be good for second place at least. Can he pull off a race victory here? Can he, against all odds? Lando now with Dylan. Can he get to the inside line? Heading into turn 11, he goes for it then. Draws alongside the Trident, breaks later as well. Does Excel Lando, looking to get through. Now in a turn 12, still side by side, but Lando has the momentum. Lando has the possession, and Dylan has to yield it, has to concede it, has to settle for 5th place out there on the road. We now have just 1 lap left to go, and Toxic is really putting on the afterburners now. Can he make up 1 second in a lap? Then more than a second. He does set a fast lap. I thought it was another penalty briefly, but that is a sense of how much Toxic and Mamel is flying, and this is going to go down to the wire here. Can Toxic pull this off? Lando is trying to chase down on a Toxic, but the penalties are going to cost him dear then. Verstappen now right with Chill, but he has not been able to get him moved on in his teammate. Maybe he's just letting him run his own race. And look for a 2nd place finish there. Chill gets a run on Dylan to the outside line. Chill trying to go all the way around the outside. This would be sensational then, as Dylan gets a penalty on the inside. And now Chill on that line, going in to turn 4. Can he get out on this contact between them? Through goes Verstappen in the end. Verstappen now cuts between them, goes to the inside line, looking for 5th place, then bumps Dylan away. Dylan runs off the track, still side by side, nothing between them now. Chill going down the inside, they almost come together remarkably, and now Campbell drawing alongside Chill has gone backwards on this final lap. He's still penalty free, but how much is that going to cost him? He still has to fend off Josh on this final lap. Now Lando trying to get Rocco at the dead, then over the front. Toxic has had a good lap, but it's not going to be good enough then. Tin Can is within range as long as he just puts that last sector together. So here we go. XL Lando now looking for that 3rd place, but Rocco covers it off. What a great drive this has been from Rocco, yet again maintaining possession then at the front of the race. Toxic and Mamel round the 3rd to last corner. He's done everything he can to eke out a sprint race victory, but again he is just going to fall short unless Tin Can gets a penalty. There goes Lando. Rocco made a mistake at the death, but at the front, Toxic crosses first for the 2nd time in the night. But for the 2nd time in the night, he is denied. Lando gets 3rd on the road, but he will jump behind Rocco. Verstappen, Chill, Josh gets P5. Good drive then. And then it's Verstappen, Campbell, Lando, Dylan in 9th in the end after a last lap penalty. Sweet Crown crosses 10, not as good a race this time out. Nolan is 11th, Brake 12th, Larkin will cross 13th, Miami behind him 14th, and that is going to be the race. What an exhausting sprint race that was. What a phenomenal display there. Verstappen from the back does get driver of the day. Very good drive indeed from Verstappen. As I will run through the results very shortly for you all, but I will have some words to say to some of the drivers then. After that is going to be completed, let's get our podium ceremony then. Tin Can under such huge pressure. Fabulous drive, and he's had a great evening as well as XL Tin Can, and that's going to be a great haul of points, taking maybe towards the top 5 even in the standings. Great stuff out there, and you can see Toxic again has to just settle for 2nd place, with Rocco getting 3rd, just about holding on to that then with 2 strong races as well. Rocco's had a great evening after a pretty horrible run of things so far in general, but the last 3 races have all been very strong for him then. Tin Can gets the race victory, just denying Toxic. Toxic again was in a class of his own pace wise, just couldn't quite pull it off then. Rocco is in P3 in front of Chell P4 then, who got shuffled back in that last lap, probably deserved 4th in the end. Josh kept it quiet, kept it out of trouble, and was rewarded with a top 5 finish ahead of Verstappen, Campbell and Lando, and Dylan, who all got penalties there. Sweet crown in 10th place from Nolan 11th then. Not great evening for Nolan, neither so for either of the HWAs, who get 12th and 14th. Break splits them in 13th. Zouma and Noon. Zouma with disconnection issues. Noon retiring early on in the race. They did not see out the checkered flag for the sprint race. That is going to be it for the racing. But I will just say quickly is that a lot of the drivers out there, including some very experienced drivers, need to calm down with some of the standards out there. There was a lot of bumping and barging and push to passing. Just, it wasn't particularly clean. It was very scrappy and it was very entertaining. But maybe, just for future reference, can everyone just calm down a little bit and give a bit more respect for each other? I know it's just for fun, but let's just make sure that we're giving each other a fair fight there, because I'm not going to lie, I did see a little bit too much of argy-bargy out there on the track. But all in all, it was a fantastic spectacle to behold. Again, very sorry that James couldn't be here for tonight. But we're going to wrap that up here. Hopefully he will be back for next week. In fact, I'm sure he will be. And then we can get back to racing yet again, that I'm sure you guys are all looking forward to. So, I guess with everything done and dusted, not much more to say, except for please stay safe, stick to guidelines, and we can defeat this together. So, with everything said and done then, I've been Daka, and until next time, we'll see you later.